ask you to make a decision. I think that's a fair question. Does anybody think that's not a fair question? See, that's what happens when you don't pay attention.
The two paradigm is not appropriate.
So let's say I give you a patient, and I give you a diagnosis that's not appropriate for times two paradigm that I can talk about the lecture. And I'm asking you if it's appropriate. I think that's a fair question for you to have to say, no, times two cannot be done like that.
Right.
Okay? So that's critical thinking. That's taking the contraindication and applying it to the situation, and I feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay? So I could ask you something like that. Evidently, you're a little, don't agree.
Wait, what
I can
question?
see it in her face. Unfair, written all over me. Not fair. Okay. Okay. All right, so that's, again, you know that of a vestibular hypofunction, gaze stability exercises times 1 times 2 paradigm. That's it. Okay? Simple. Now, motion sensitivity. Motion sensitivity in your handout, I don't know what happened to mine, but there should be a motion sensitivity quotient in there. Ah, there it is.
Number 3.
And a motion sensitivity quotient is basically kind of a testing means to discern what movements are uncomfortable for the patient. So it's a test. The therapist may give it. It's kind of a complicated thing. I don't know if you guys would need to give this or if it would be a therapist, because you have to give 2 scores. They have to tell you how bad their symptoms are on a scale of, I think it's 0 to 10. No, 0 to 5. They have to tell you how bad their symptoms are on a scale of 0 to 5. And then you have to time how long the symptoms last. If it's 5 to 10 seconds, it's worth 1 point. If it's 11 to 30 seconds, it's worth 2 points. And if it's greater than 30 seconds, it's worth 3 points. So then you score the intensity, you score the time, and you actually come up with the final score, and then you put it in the formula, and you come up with the score, the final score. I like this tool just because it gives you the motions that typically cause someone to have dizziness. Okay, so that's why I want you to go through them. So moving from sitting to supine, supine to left side, supine, left side to right side, supine to sitting. So you're going to be supine, sitting to supine, supine to left side to right side, sitting back up. Okay, so you can start them along sit. Then you do like a left dix hole pike on yourself. Okay, come back up to sitting, and you do a right dix hole pike on yourself, come back to sitting. So it's kind of like the bird. It takes all those balance tests and squeezes them into one. Okay, so this is kind of just a similar thing except for vestibular issues. Then after the left dix hole pike, come back up into sitting. Sitting, once you're in sitting, now you go into a short sitting position, and now you're moving nose to knee. Well, in a regular chair, not in the table. I just don't have a regular chair to sit in. So sitting in a regular chair, feet flat on the floor, you go nose to knee. What functional activity in sitting in a chair, going nose to knee like that, would you do? Tying your shoes. That was on a practical note. Just saying. Patient has trouble tying their shoes. Bending over in a seated position, tying their shoes. You need to do motion sensitivity exercises. What motion would you focus on? You should have seen what I saw. Or was it you, Doug?
I think it was me.
It was so interesting. Because I told you the motion. Anyway, I got liberatory maneuvers, I got all kinds of things. I'm trying to walk you into an answer. Walk with me. Let me lead you. I'm telling you where to go.
So you just say work on
Show me how you do motion sensitivity. I haven't given you parameters, so just wait. Okay, then you're going to move back to sitting erect, and then sitting neck rotation, so turning your head. The 180-degree turn to the right. And this we had trouble deciding what this really was. I think this is this, and then I think it's back like that. Okay. 180 degrees right, 180 degrees left.
Or just
Okay.
spin around on the chair.
So, I want you to go through those motions and feel how your head is moving, how your eyes feel in each of that, so that you can describe this test to someone else. Or I could make believe one of you has a vestibular problem and make you know, don't do this, don't. Just kidding. Okay, so I want you to go through those motions, and then I'm gonna tell you how you treat it. Now,